we finally reached the month of April, and it's not long now until the real spring arrives. But my feelings about April is complicated. It's like a stormy relationship. You never really know how the next day is gonna be like. Experiencing the month of April where I live is like being in the middle of an intense dance between the winter and the spring. And both of them wants to take the lead. The spring really wants to bloom out, but the winter won't give up that easy. So it just ends up being a mess of something in between winter and spring. Some days we can sit outside, and I can feel the warmth of the sun on my pale skin, and it feels so good. It's like something bloom out inside of me. I feel love for life, I feel hope. It's a new energy, and every cell in my body is waking up. And I feel so happy seeing the little spots of grass melting up from the snow. It feels like seeing gold, or like finding life on a frozen planet. You see the signs of a time to come, and it just fills my heart with so much joy. And I hear the sounds of water dripping, and it's just the most beautiful sound. Can you hear it? The sound of snow melting away, giving space for new life. I think that living in a place where the winter lasts for 6 months makes you feel this extra deep gratitude when the spring finally arrives. And then, April fools me every year. The next day it might be snowing again, and the winter is back with full power, refusing to let the spring take the lead. The little spots of grass that I was so happy about the other day is now covered under the snow again. And so it goes on, spring in one day and winter in the next. That's the true spirit of April. And I have no other choice than to surrender to this messy time. I try to think of spring as a delicious cake, and I have not even taken a bite of it yet. Everything is still left to enjoy when the time is ready. And to be honest, it's also a wonderful feeling to know that the best is still to come. Tripod. No, everything falls off. Hey everybody! So I am on my way down to the lake, or to the ice, because I'm gonna make a new hole in the ice so that I can take ice swims again, because I've really missed that. I haven't taken an ice swim in a long time now, and the reason to that is because it's so much work to keep the hole open during the winter. If I make a hole in the ice, then the next day it's covered with ice again. So if I want to have my pool open the whole winter, I have to go down to the ice every day and, saw through the ice to keep it open. and I am way too lazy for that. This time I'm gonna make the ice hole close to the sauna. Because here in Grundtjärn, the community here in Grundtjärn, this village, we have a sauna down at the beach. And it's really nice to take an ice bath and then take a sauna afterwards. So that's why I'm walking all this way. First of all, it's really heavy to walk in the snow, and then to carry all these tools, they are really heavy, but it's totally worth it. I'm soon there. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm gonna continue with the ice hole tomorrow or another day because it got really windy now. Okay, it's another day and I'm back here again, and it's been snowing a lot, so I just have to redo the shoveling again. I don't think I ever had so much struggle with making an ice hole. So this is the second evening that I'm down here, and I just finally managed to make a hole in the ice. The ice is really thick, so it took me a long time. I realized that the water was too deep at that place, so I will have to start over again. And the sun is soon going down, so I guess I will just get started a little bit, and then I will have to go home again and try again tomorrow. But I know in the end all this work is gonna be worth it, because when I finally have my ice pool and I have the sauna here, it's gonna be amazing. Hello everybody! I am so sore in my body today. I had so much pain in my arms this morning, so I didn't even know how to get up from bed. The last 3 days I have spent way too much time trying to dig a freaking hole into the ice. I just wanted to make a little pool so that we could take ice baths, but it ended up being such a huge project because I had so much trouble and so much bad luck, and also the ice quality was really bad right now. Usually making an ice hole is not that hard. I mean, I have done it many times before. It takes a couple of hours and yes, it's quite heavy to drag up the huge ice blocks and to dig the holes, but it usually works fine. But this time it was so hard in so many ways. So yesterday I thought I was gonna die on the ice because I was so tired and so frustrated. I'm just gonna put the camera on a tripod so I can be free. Okay, I just need to explain to you why it became such a huge project with my ice pool. So the first day that I was down there to make a first hole, like when I'm gonna make an ice pool, or I don't know what you call it, I begin by digging 4 holes into the ice so that I then can saw like little pieces, because the ice is really thick. It's like half a meter or even more, and since the ice is really heavy, you have to just cut these little small pieces so that you can carry them up. Anyway, the first day that I went down there, I did the hole on too deep water, so we wouldn't be able to go down there and stand on the ground. So the next day I started making a new hole, and when I finally did the first hole, it was also on too deep water. So I started getting really frustrated, and the third day, yesterday, I made a new hole, and then it was on too shallow water. So you would have to, sit down in the water and able to let the water cover you. But I was already so frustrated and I had spent already too much time, so I thought that, okay, we're just gonna have a too shallow hole, it's okay. We can sit down in the ice hole, it's okay. So I continue making the 3 other holes, and it takes a lot of time. First of all, I have really bad tools. I mean, you can find these tools that has a motor, so you don't have to dig like this. So it only takes 1 minute to make a hole, but I only have this hand tool, so I have to make everything by hand and saw everything by hand.
Fy fan!
When I had finally done all the holes into the ice, I was gonna start sawing into the ice. So I started sawing, and suddenly it felt like it just didn't take anything. I was putting all my weight into the saw, into the ice, but it just didn't, and nothing happened. And after a while I was just so tired. I had done everything I could to try to saw through the ice. And then I was realizing what was the problem. So in the summers we have a deck out on the water where you can, jump up on or lie there for sunbathing, or like a little tree deck. And this wooden deck is tied to a big metal chest or a big metal box filled with stones so that it won't, float away. And this big metal box with stones is always in the water, during the winters as well. And for some reason, I happened to make my ice hole exactly on that metal box filled with stones. So I was literally sawing into stones. And I did that for maybe 15 minutes and trying to, digging into the ice. So I also destroyed my tools a little bit. They was not as sharp as they used to be now because I was like using them in stone and metal. When I realized that, I just laid down on the ice and I cried because I was so tired and so frustrated. I mean, I consider myself being kind of strong and kind of stubborn, and usually when I want to do something, I can do it. But now I was so tired because I had spent so much time on this damn ice hole, and now I had to start all over again, and I honestly didn't even know how I would get the energy to even walk back home. But I came back home, and thank God Johan had made dinner because I was so hungry. And I was so sad. I was like literally crying because I was so like frustrated. But I didn't want to give up because I really wanted to make this ice hole, and I knew that I can spend one more day doing this. It was enough already, so I needed to be done tonight or last night. So I asked Johan if he could come and help me so that we would be 2 persons and it would be much easier and maybe go much faster. I got help from my husband. He's gonna help me with the ice. Thank you. Do you look forward to this?
Tjoflöjt!
One hole left.
Nej, jag säger det här är sista gången vi ska... Om vi ska göra något mer isvakar i framtiden, då ska det ju vara bröst och ha några grejer. Men man kan inte hålla på fan, hela jävla arbetsvecka bara för att få upp det.
Börja från detta hållet, tror jag. Jag har en under här.
Ja, det kan vi göra. Jag bara skrattar åt livet liksom.
Don't you just love making ice holes?
It's the best.
We were planning to make a much bigger ice hole, as you can see. Here's 2 holes, but we're gonna have to work the whole night if that's gonna happen. So instead we just made this very beautiful little hole. We were planning to take an ice bath together, so we will have to sit really close to each other to fit in that hole. Do you want to take an ice bath with me?
Yeah.
Like a romantic jacuzzi. And now you might be wondering why this ice hole is so important for me. I mean, I totally understand if you are wondering why I so much needed this ice hole. Yeah, well, if you have followed my YouTube channel for a while, you know that I love taking ice baths. If you are a healthy person, taking ice baths can be really beneficial for your health. It's like training your heart. I always feel like taking an ice bath kind of wakes up my body. I feel so energized. I feel really good when I do that often. And I really wanted to take a lot of ice baths now before the spring comes. And I just thought that it would be so nice to be able to take ice baths a couple of times every week now, and to take a sauna, because the ice is gonna be covering the lake for another 1 month or 1.5 months. Usually it melts around the middle or the end of May. If there's a beautiful evening soon, we're gonna go down there and take an ice bath and try out our little tiny ice pool. When we are finally there taking ice baths and having the sauna, I'm sure I'm gonna feel like it was all worth the struggle to make this ice pool. And for the next year, I'm gonna get some better tools. And today, the 7th of April, is a special day because it's my dad's birthday. And I have some good news regarding my dad. If you have followed me, what do you say, followed? If you have followed me, if you have followed If you have followed me for a while on this YouTube channel, you know that my dad is living in Gothenburg and my mom is living up here in this village, but they are still married. So my dad is working in Gothenburg and he has come up here to this village like once a month or once every second month. So they just decided to live apart like that until he retired from work and he could also come up here and live here, which I think is so beautiful. Like they still stick together even though they have lived like 1,000 kilometers apart. But now my dad has moved up, because he turned 65 today, so he retired from work now. So he was actually gonna move up like today or tomorrow, but he came up a little bit earlier, and that's because of the coronavirus. So he came here almost 2 weeks ago now, but I haven't met him yet because Gothenburg, where he lived and worked, is one of the places in Sweden where the coronavirus has spread the most. Just for safety reasons, he's now in self-isolation. So he's moved into the old house where me and Johan lived before. So he's gonna stay there for 2 weeks until he moves in together with mom. So my dad is in self-isolation in this house and we have not met him yet, but it's his birthday today and today he's actually retiring from his job. Since he still is in quarantine, do you say that? Quarantine? Isolation for a few more days. We're gonna have to do the best out of the situation. So we're gonna make a little cake and then we're gonna go and sing for him through the window. That's what we have to do. So yeah, I just wanted to explain for you the whole situation so you know. So I'm just really happy that my dad is living here now. I can't still believe it. Like they have lived apart now for almost 10 years. And now they're finally together again, or at least soon, in a few days they will live together again. Yeah, I'm just so happy about it. I'm so thankful that I have both my parents in this village. That's really nice. But now I gotta hurry, because we're gonna go to the city and send some packages. And after that we're gonna go to my dad and sing for him. So I thought you would follow along. Are you guys gonna stay home? Meanwhile we go to the city? Hurry!
Hurry.
Look how much the snow has melted. The spring is closed. Okay, I'm making a cake now, and I think I've never made a cake so fast before in my whole life. We had to go to the city to send some packages and the time just ran away. And then we're gonna go to my dad before the sun goes down. And Johan was really hungry because he hadn't eaten on the whole day. So now he's so quiet, he's just sitting here and eating. I bought some candy, so I ate all the candy in the car. Licorice. Licorice is like the best thing I know. It's better than chocolate. Licorice is... that's my favorite candy. So, okay, I'm gonna try to finish this cake now and then we're gonna go to my dad and say happy birthday to him. I'm making a chocolate cake. In Sweden we call it kladdkaka, which means sticky cake. Det känns som att den här smeten är för stel, Johan. Kolla på den.
Nej men vadå, eller? Jag vet inte hur det ska se ut.
Den är ju för stel.
Nej, jag vet inte.
Nej.
Jag brukar inte göra så.
Jag får trycka ut den lite.
No.
Oh my god, this looks terrible. Terrible! Nanok will always like it. Yes. Okay, the cake is ready. Let's go. Tar du kväll?
Han lever i hipp hipp. Hurra, 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 hurra!
Happy birthday!
Tack. Hej.
Wow, nice dress.
Yes.
Hallå Nanok!
Åh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116,
now we're finally on the way down to the lake to take an ice bath. It's been some day passing by and it's been really windy lately, and it's gonna be super windy for many days ahead. So this evening is actually the only evening that it won't be stormy outside, and it's not really nice to take an ice bath when it's really windy. So we decided that it would be perfect timing to do it tonight. I am super excited. How are you?
Not really.
I know this vlog is super long already, but I mean, I can't dedicate a whole video making an ice hole and then don't swim in it. That's just against the rules. Also, I have been looking forward this so much, so it's gonna be really nice. Here is the sauna, so I'm gonna light up a fire in here now.
Ska du säga?
Is in a stream. The ocean.
Jag får inte
Oj! Gud vad livet det var. So this is what I call the best jacuzzi in the world. Skål!
But without my closest friend.
The spring is here, right? Spring is here! Woo!
Fear. It's living now.
Skål! It was definitely worth all the work, don't you think, Johan? Yes. Now we're gonna go into the sauna. That's gonna be nice, and I can't film in there because it's gonna be foggy on the lens.
Reflecting everything. It's shining through the light in you. It shines so true.
Nu är festen slut.
Det var en korten vår.
Ja, korten vår. Now it's snowing again. I love you, April, so much. So if you still are watching, I just really want to say thank you so much for watching this super long vlog. And I also want to say thank you so much for your beautiful comments on my previous video. There were so many kind words about our cat Toulouse that we had to put down. I just want to say that it means a lot to us, so thank you so much. It's a weird sound from the tripods.
No, it's the...
Okay. Again, thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I see you guys soon again, and stay strong and stay safe. Mwah! Bye bye!
Bye bye!
Bye bye!